Good morning, everybody. Rick Rowe doing a little walk down memory lane. Folks, I'm not kidding. I literally, and this is many decades ago, walked through this very door, shivering, nervous little freshman for my first day at Bossier High School. And there's the Bearcat. That's the first thing I saw. And I was told if I ever touched that, stepped on it, I would be in big trouble. I have to clean it with a toothbrush. And then I had a 4-year career that I loved. Meant a lot to me, and of course, high school is big. School is big. The first day of school, Miss Spinney, it's a big deal. Do you remember yours?
I do remember the first days of school.
All right, well, look, you've come a long way, girl. You really have. Now you're
still going to school.
Look at you. Amen. You never stop learning.
That's right.
All right, let's talk about, there have been some important new laws passed. Let's start with the cell phone.
The cell phone policy is a hot topic just because it involves so many of our families and students. It's important that we protect the instructional day, and so Act 313 was passed, and we were tasked with creating a policy that follows that bill. We will be making sure that our students have all electronic devices turned off and stowed during the instructional day. So as soon as our students step off the bus or out of their vehicle, everything is put away for the day, and we're going to protect that teaching and learning time.
The phone, where is the phone during the day?
We don't want to see it
Okay.
or hear it.
Okay.
So
until they finish class.
Stowed away, with their preference of location, but it's not to be used during the day.
Okay. Discipline in the classroom. There's a new thing going on there.
There is. There across the state, our state superintendent has asked for a more assertive discipline approach, and in Bossier, we feel like we've already got that. And so we're just reinforcing to our administrators and teachers that we're there to support you.
Okay.
That again, we want to protect that learning environment. So if we have a student that is excessively being disruptive, that student needs to be removed so that the other students in the classroom and the teacher can continue on with their learning, and everyone has that equal opportunity. So we want to make sure that we're following, but we do feel like that's something Bossier's already doing well.
Amen to that. I agree. Thank you.
Yes.
I appreciate you, Miss Penny. Now, what I also want to do, talking about safety, last couple of days I had a chance to visit with the interim superintendent of education in Caddo Parish, Miss Lisa Wildfork, and she talked about that first day of school and the importance of safety.
We've purchased metal detectors for middle and high as a precautionary measure. We have handheld metal detectors, but also we've had all of our security trained in CPR. We now have AEDs in every school, elementary, middle, and high. We have staff that is trained to know how to use them in case of emergency, but we're making sure safety first.
Nice lady, by the way, and this is a big day. And big day in Bossier Parish because this will be the first time ever that there's actually been a health clinic. I mean, literally, children, families can receive health care here at Bossier High School and also at Russian Junior High. First day of school in Bossier Parish, first day in Caddo, first day in DeSoto Parish. Coming back to you guys.
Oh, such an exciting day, Rick. And, I was just, Brian and I kind of reminiscing about some of the things we remember from our first days of school. And it's an exciting, but boy, it can be a nerve-wracking time. We were scared of the upperclassmen. We were scared of the Rick Rose. Nervous. Scared he was going to steal our lunch money.
And you should have been. Absolutely. Especially Brian should have been very afraid. Very afraid.
I would have loved to have known you in school, Rick. It would have been a lot of fun.
He was that guy with the leather jacket leaning up against the Trans Am. We're like, wow, look at him.
Rick, you know what they don't have?
Cigarettes in my T-shirt, yes.
Rick, you know what they don't have anymore, Rick? They don't have books, really. Everything's done on the computer.
Yeah.
Remember that first day back, you got your book covers.
Yeah.
And you had to, put the book covers on your books because you could not get them dirty.
Yeah, it's a lot of change. Obviously, the discipline here, in Caddo Parish, you've got metal detectors in middle and high schools. Phones, we didn't have a phone. We had a phone. No. We had one phone with an extension cord, and that was all we had, and that stayed home because it was not mobile.
Yeah, it sure did. Awesome stuff. Well, can't wait to chat more with you, Rick. It is a big time for tens of thousands of students, their parents, and so much more. So, all right, buddy, we'll check back with you in just a little bit.
First day of school, folks, I remember it, and this is bringing back, my goodness, you talk about some nostalgia. I remember walking down this hall, first day of school, many decades ago. I'm not going to tell you how many. Bossier High School had a fantastic 4-year career here, great memories, but it's neat to come back. But I also remember what a big deal that first day is. And there are thousands of kids in Bossier Parish Caddo Parish and DeSoto Parish, all of them having that experience of the first day at school. Now, it's also a big day for the teachers. Come this way, Miss Guerrero, 22 years teaching. By the way, she teaches calculus, so you know she's really a brain, okay?
We'll go with that.
Let's talk about what everybody's talking about is the cell phone, the new regulations in schools regarding cell phones.
I am so excited. As a teacher, as a parent, I think it's one of the greatest things we've ever done for our students. Every student in Louisiana will achieve greater success this year. Test scores will go up. I think discipline in the classroom will go down. I think there'll be a lot more positive relationships on campus because people can talk to each other and not social media or text or whatever they do on their phones.
Let's be specific. What does the new law say?
That their cell phones are not supposed to be at school. So they have to have them off and in their backpack, and we cannot see them at all. And just that distraction of knowing it's on your desk and someone might have texted you pulls their attention from the lesson, from the work at hand, every second of the day.
And you actually believe the test scores are going to go up because of this?
Absolutely. They're going to be more engaged in class. They're going to be part of the conversation that's happening academically.
Amazing.
Not just part of the conversation about what's happening after school.
And this is coming from a parent
Yes.
and a teacher.
Yes.
This is her son, Mateo. My gosh, this guy's amazing. What, plus 4 point
Yes.
something,
Yes,
grade point
very proud
average.
of him.
Goes both ways on the football team, Mateo. So first day of school, senior year. It's a big deal. How do you feel?
I'm feeling good. Very excited about the whole year. Obviously, there's a lot of things we need to improve, especially on the football field, and other things and other aspects of the school. For example, the phone thing is a good improvement, and I'm looking to improve.
You're for that?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Are most kids for it?
Probably not.
Probably not.
They like to be on their phone.
But sometimes you just have to do what you know as an adult is the right thing.
That's
what's
our
best.
job.
That's our
Yeah.
job is to do what's best for them.
That's right.
They are, after all, still children.
They are.
Right? Okay. Thank you. Real quick, I also had a chance to visit with the new interim superintendent of schools in Caddo Parish, Lisa Wildfork, and I talked with her about their achievements. She's got a couple of high-achieving schools there, but she also says there is work to do.
We're so excited. We've gotten our LEAP results, and we had some schools to do really well. As a matter of fact, South Highlands and Caddo Magnet High have been recognized by the state as 2 of the top 10 schools in the entire state. We're really excited about some growth we've seen at some schools, but we have work to do, and it's going to take our parents, our teachers, and our entire community to wrap around with services for all of our children, because we know every child needs to know how to read by 3rd grade.
Yes, and by the way, what you just said there is a brand new initiative. There is renewed emphasis on making sure that these kids can read at a 3rd grade level in the 3rd grade. And it's my understanding if they can't, they will not be moved on. That's something new as well, this renewed emphasis on reading. Nate, coming back to you.
So very important, and so much comes together. Big shout out too to all of our educators, school personnel, months and months and months. You know, the kids have been enjoying these past couple months off, but boy, those school workers certainly have not. They've been gearing up for today, so big time, Rick.
It's a big job and one of the most important jobs, educating children,
Yes.
preparing them for the future. It's hugely important.
Absolutely. All right, a lot of nerves too, gearing up for that first bell to ring. Well, some kids around the ArkLaTex, lots of them planning to head back to school today in style. And when you think of style, you think of Rick Rowe. Let's find out where he's checking out today and roaming the halls, the hall monitor. Good morning, Rick.
Boy, you're right, buddy. I was a kid once. It's been a long, long time ago. And I remember, I'm not kidding you, I'm at Bossier High School walking into this door, into this room. And back in those days, it was the choir room. In fact, I remember the song that I learned to sing was God Bless America, but it's changed, all right? It has a brand new purpose, brand new role. Doesn't look like a lot right now, but what's going to happen here is hugely important. This is one of those David Raines health clinics that we know are scattered throughout the ArkLaTex. First time ever, Jason Rowland, superintendent of schools in Bossier Parish.
Yes, sir.
First time ever one of these has existed in Bossier Parish. Why is it here?
We were
passionate about providing medical assistance and medical care for students and families in medical deserts. And so this is an area where we see that as a tremendous need, and our ability, our board support to build something like this, even in your choir room, transform it into something that can help so many students and families is vital to us.
You mentioned the word medical desert. Not everybody knows what that means.
That's an area where there's just limited healthcare access for either families or either just units that are in the area.
Okay.
And so we have one here at Bossier High. We also have one at Russian Middle School.
Okay.
And then we have a mobile unit that services 4 of our schools in the central Bossier area.
Okay, so these are rooms, these are exam rooms. There we have nurse practitioner Miss Lori, and she's going to be here 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. All right, so I mean, they could go to the doctor, they could go to the ER. Why does it matter that it's in school?
One of the things that we are really passionate about is identifying and trying to assist in the truancy issues that are going on not only in Bossier Parish but nationwide. And so this is one example or one reason we can get kids to come to school. If they don't feel well, come to school, see Nurse Lori. She can take care of you and then get to class. You know, we realize that attendance is critical here where we are in culture and the educational society today, and so we want our kids to come to school, be a part. If they need assistance in anything, not only just medical, but also mental, and they can come here and see.
Amen, amen. So basically, ultimately, we hope this reduces the dropout rate.
Dropout
That's
rate.
the key thing.
Dropout rate, truancy rate. We realize kids can't learn if they're not in school. They have a greater chance of being successful if they're here.
Amen. Jason Rowland, thank you, my brother. By the way, I also had a chance to visit with the interim superintendent of education in Caddo, Lisa Wildfork, and she talked about a hugely important measure for all parents on the first day of school, and that is safety.
We've purchased metal detectors for middle and high as a precautionary measure. We have handheld metal detectors, but also we've had all of our security trained in CPR. We now have AEDs in every school, elementary, middle, and high. We have staff that is trained to know how to use them in case of emergency, but we're making sure safety first.
So that's important. Safety matters. Health matters. And again, nurse practitioner Lori, this is not the first time you've done this. You've actually managed a health clinic in a school in Caddo Parish, so you know what you're doing. But 5 days a week, taking care of kids right here, first time ever in Bossier Parish, at Bossier High School and Russian. And of course, the key to all of this, Nate, is to keep kids in school so they don't drop out. That is so important in terms of later success in life.
Absolutely. Very well said, Rick. They have to be in the classroom so that they can get the skills needed to learn. All right, buddy. Great job out there this morning, pal. And tell everybody we said very best of luck on all things back to school. And a very important job. And as school starts back up, remember, we want to see the little ones as they head back to class. We have another picture to show you this morning of Tegan Doss, her first day. She's in the 2nd grade and heading back in style. Go get them, Tegan. And parents, you can post your pictures of the little ones to our KTBS 3 Facebook page or send them on in to pics@ktbs.com.